Thank you for joining us today. I'm Jocelyn Schifferdecker.
And I'm Miracle Garrett here with UCentral News.
Happening right now, Oklahomans across the state are voting on whether or not to legalize recreational marijuana. Take a look at this video from an Edmond polling place this morning.
Yes, polls opened at 7 a.m. this morning, and as you can see, people were already showing up to vote, and that has continued throughout the day. UCentral's Eden Jones was at an Edmond polling place location and has more information for voters.
Now, let me tell you, those doors have been flying open. It is packed in there, and it is actually a full lot of cars in front of me. I would say weather-wise, if you are outside waiting in the poll lines, to wear a thin sweater, maybe a nice light jacket, because it is getting gloomier and colder by the minute. And we also know that rain is going to roll through, so I would suggest bringing an umbrella just in case you don't want to get rained on. Also, make sure that if you are planning on voting, to bring a government-issued ID in order to vote, to show precinct officials, or else you will not be able to vote. The polls close at 7 p.m. tonight, so you still have a little bit of time to go out and make your voices heard.
Thank you for that, Eden. And Jocelyn, the state question has really been a hot topic these past
definitely.
weeks.
We've seen that these last couple of weeks for sure. I've talked to people on both sides. Those for it say that they think it will only benefit Oklahoma, increase the economy. But those against it say that anytime you legalize anything, usage increases across all ages, and they don't think that's worth to potentially endanger children.
Yeah.
So it'll definitely be interesting to see how it plays out.
For sure. And make sure that
officials confirmed the 4 Americans abducted in Mexico have been located, but unfortunately 2 of them are dead. Gloria Pizvino has the latest.
A bittersweet ending to the search for 4 Americans kidnapped in Mexico. The governor of Tamaulipas, Mexico, confirming 2 are dead and 2 are alive. A U.S. official familiar with the investigation says the group was found at what appears to be a medical clinic in the border city of Matamoros.
Ambulances and security personnel are giving medical support to the survivors.
Video of the kidnapping is troubling. You can see what investigators believe are members of a drug cartel loading the group into the back of a truck after a shooting that left 1 bystander dead. A source close to the investigation says the abduction is likely a case of mistaken identity. Multiple agencies will now work to find those responsible, officials said.
I've been briefed by the FBI, which is working with Mexican authorities, and senior department officials are working closely with our counterparts at the State Department.
The State Department, meanwhile, is renewing a warning for Americans considering travel to this region of Mexico.
The travel advisory for Tamaulipas State remains at level 4. Do not travel. We encourage Americans to heed that advice.
So you can just see the immense amount of snow here that's slid off it.
And nearly 70,000 homes and businesses are without power.
That's right. That is about the Golden State, California. They have another round of winter weather after being hit with nearly 12 feet of snow. Thousands of people are still trapped, and residents are growing frantic for help as their food sources dwindle. Weather has just been insane nationally recently. That's happening in California. I know that also a couple of ski businesses in Tahoe, Nevada, have had to close because there's just been so much snow.
Yeah.
Let's check in with Mark to see if any of that weather is affecting us.
Well, good afternoon, Broncos. Yes, the weather has been kind of weird lately. This last weekend, it was really, really warm. Very nice if you had any outdoor plans. I know I did. Me and some friends went out for a little bit. It was perfect. But if you stepped outside today, you can tell that weather is long gone. With that, though, that does mean that spring weather is here. Now, with that spring weather, if you're familiar with Oklahoma weather at all, that does mean it's going to get a little warm. To buckle up. Roller coaster temperatures are be coming in, and what I mean by that is those temperatures are going to start fluctuating from highs to lows very, very fast, very, very quickly. But there is a bright side. This weekend, you're going to be looking for another nice warm weekend, so any other plans, this is a great weekend for it. Taking a look across the state here, though, up in the northwest corner, up by Guyman, it is 44 degrees. Down in Altus and Lawton, it's in the high 70s. Looking over here on the other side of the state, up in the northeast Oklahoma, it is 64 in Miami and Tulsa. And down in Idabel, it is 76. It's nice and hot down there. And here in the OKC metro area, it is currently 51 degrees Fahrenheit. Moving back over here to the Edmond area, though, it is isolated showers today, 51 degrees. Winds out of the north at 10 miles an hour. Humidity is really, really high, so that's bumping up the temperature just a little bit, but those showers are cooling it right back down, back to 51 degrees. I'll have a better look at the weather coming up later.
Thanks for that, Mark. And Oklahoma's Promise Day registration is now open. Students interested in participating can attend Promise Day April 11th or help with outreach by providing a summary of 150 words or less about their experience with Oklahoma's Promise. Students can register to participate in one or more both options by emailing UCO Public Affairs. The deadline to register is March 20th.
And as we thaw out of winter here in Oklahoma, the Student Alliance for Equality will be welcoming the bloom of spring with their Safe Spring celebration. Now all are welcome to come and enjoy treats, play games, and continue planning for this summer's Pride festivities. The event will be held at 7 p.m. Wednesday night in the Clara Looper Room at the Nye.
And spring break is upon us, and that means there will be closures on campus. UCO's Central Pantry will be closed for spring break from March 13th through the 17th, and the pantry will resume its regular hours starting March 20th. For questions, please email the Central Pantry.
And happening this week, the UCO Wellness Center will be celebrating its 20th birthday. The event includes the grand opening of the UCO Wellness Collective, as well as the addition of a new outdoor cross-training and fitness area. Those who attend can also enjoy some sweet treats. The Wellness Center said Insomnia cookies will be available. That'll be this Thursday from 1:30 to 3:30.
And UCO will be hosting an exotic petting zoo tomorrow from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. The location has changed from the Mascom Lawn to Ballroom C in the Nye. Come by and check out some really cool animals.
And before the start of spring break, you can come out and join SPB in their annual drag show Glamazon. Doors will open at 6:30 p.m. and the show will begin at 7 in the Nye University Center ballrooms.
And don't go anywhere. UCentral's Mark Lowe is going to be giving us our full weather forecast right after the break.
Stay tuned.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the Mass Comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
And good afternoon again, Broncos. Let's get into what's going to look like tonight. You already know how it looks outside in the Edmond area. Tonight, though, it's going to be rainy again. A little bit better chance of rain as a widespread thing. But looking at it, it's going to be 44 degrees tonight, 50% chance of rain again. Humidity is going to be super high tonight, 90 degrees, so expect some dew tomorrow on the grass as you go out the door. Again, tonight, going to look at some lows from across the state. Over in Woodward, it's going to be 40 degrees. Over in Clinton, 42. Down in Lawton, it's going to be 48 degrees. In the OKC metro area, a nice 47 degrees tonight. Miami, 52, and Ardmore, 53. And down in McAllister, 59 degrees. Going to be kind of a warm evening here across the area. And again, looking at tomorrow's highs, though, up in Miami, it's going to be 60 degrees. Idabel, 62. Here in the OKC metro area, again, 58 degrees. 60 degrees down in Altus, 60 in Clinton, and 56 up in Guyman in the Panhandle. Here's your 7-day forecast that we're going to be looking at now on Tuesday, which is today. 50% chance of rain again going into tonight. Tonight's low is going to go down to the 44s here in Edmond. Tomorrow through Thursday, it's going to be cloudy. On Thursday, we're expecting a little bit more rain and definitely a higher chance. It's going to be 70% chance there and 68 degrees. On Friday, though, the sun is going to finally break through for probably the first time this week. So definitely look forward to that if you got any plans Friday. Great day for it, 61 degrees, nice and cool. And Saturday, though, that's when the clouds start coming back. We're expecting some strong storms coming in on Saturday, 30% chance of it, though. So don't completely hold out on it. That could definitely go up, but it could very easily go down with Oklahoma springtime weather. You just really never know. But that's what we have now. So gotta prepare for that. Get your emergency plans ready, just in case you're going to need them this weekend. And looking on later on towards the beginning of next week, Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy, 62 degrees, and the clouds will come back in on Monday where it will be 52 degrees. That's all I have for you guys for this weather report. Back to you all at the desk.
Thanks, Mark. Those temperatures are looking pretty nice.
They look glorious, yeah.
But make sure you keep an umbrella handy.
Well, stay with us. UCentral's Lauren Henry is here with us in studio, and she'll update you with everything you need to know in the social media world.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
I'm Lauren Henry, here to keep you in the social media loop. One of the world's largest news outlets is facing a $1.6 billion lawsuit. The Dominion Voting Systems is suing for defamation, claiming that Fox News knowingly reported false information regarding the election. And in light of this recent lawsuit, the Twitter page Vote Vets released a video on social media calling out Fox News and their hosts for the spreading of false information. Here's a clip.
U.S. military uses taxpayer-funded facilities to broadcast disinformation on military bases, knowingly letting false propaganda infiltrate the ranks. Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, and Sean Hannity have open access to spread their conspiracy theories to U.S. troops. And now we know they knew they were lies, just to boost their ratings.
The outcome of our presidential election was seized from the hands of voters. Disturbing irregularities have been found. Every American should be angry. You should be outraged.
And more layoffs are coming for Mark Zuckerberg's Meta platforms. Thousands of job cuts are expected as soon as this week, reports Bloomberg. These layoffs come after 13% reduction that happened back in November. And going viral now, a man attacks a flight attendant with a sharp object mid-flight, and passengers get the whole thing on camera. CNN's Chris Wynn has more.
What started as a normal trip aboard United Flight 2609 would turn into chaos.
I heard, a commotion. He was getting louder.
Authorities say Francisco Severo Torres of Massachusetts began a string of violent outbursts about 5 hours after the plane left Los Angeles for Boston.
Where's the Homeland Security with the gun? Because I'm waiting for them to point the gun at me. I will kill every man on this plane.
Passenger video shows the moment when Torres pulls out what appears to be a makeshift weapon out of his pocket and says the words no one ever wants to hear.
I'm taking over this plane.
The Justice Department says Torres rushed towards one of the flight attendants in a stabbing motion with a broken metal spoon, hitting the flight attendant on the neck area 3 times.
Many men from the plane jumped up, followed him, tackled him to the ground, and there were probably about 4 to 6 of them that sat on top of him to restrain him. He was still screaming, and he somehow escaped from the zip ties.
And when zip ties nearly ran out,
people were sending up their belts to help restrain him.
Torres told law enforcement he tried to open an emergency exit door to jump out of the plane, claiming that he was defending himself because he believed the flight crew was trying to kill him. The plane landed safely at Boston Logan International Airport, where Torres was arrested. I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
And what's your favorite scary movie? Well, the Scream franchise has released yet another. Set in New York City, the survivors from the last movie find themselves facing off against a new killer. Familiar faces such as Jenna Ortega and Courtney Cox took to the red carpet last night along with their co-stars to promote the opening of the film, which you can now watch at a theater near you. And Disney fans, get ready for a new take on a 20-year-old classic. Here's a look at the trailer for Disney's new Haunted Mansion movie.
Oh my God. Is anybody else seeing this?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Be careful. Death lurks around every corner.
Disney has released the first teaser trailer for Haunted Mansion, its latest stab at a movie based on its classic theme park attraction. Prepare to be scared when it hits theaters July 28th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The Paseo Arts District is on the hunt for volunteers. The 46th annual Paseo Arts Festival is 2 months away, and you have the opportunity to volunteer in areas such as beverage services, artist hospitality, or more. Just go to paseo.org/festival for more information on how to apply. And guys, I'm so excited for the Haunted Mansion movie. I'm such a big fan. Every time I go to Disney World, I ride the ride, and I think I could honestly recite a few of the lines by heart.
No, I feel the same way. I love that movie. I love that they're remaking it from like 20 years ago. I'm very excited. I think fans will be excited to see it since it's such an old classic that they're revamping.
The trailer looked amazing. I've never actually seen it, but the trailer does make me want to check it out. Haven't seen the movie, but I do love roller coasters, so up for that.
Yeah.
But stay with us. Peyton Scott has your sports update next.
I did it. Oopsies.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back, Broncos sports fans. I'm Peyton Scott. This is your Tuesday Sports Report. The number 9 ranked Central Oklahoma softball team came out of the weekend a perfect 4-0 at the Drury Classic, beating both Minnesota Crookston and Augustina by a score of 8-1 on Saturday, before finishing on Sunday with 2 wins, beating Nebraska Kearney 14-6 and taking a 7-3 victory over the host Panthers. UCO improved to 14-3 on the season and has now won 8 straight games. The Broncos will open up MIAA play this weekend, traveling to Emporia State on Friday and to Washburn on Saturday for back-to-back doubleheaders. In baseball, number 10 ranked Central Oklahoma lost a back-and-forth affair with Rogers State Monday afternoon 5-3. UCO, which won the 3-game series 2-1, is now 14-3 on the season, and the Broncos have a 5-1 record in the MIAA. Central Oklahoma has a quick turnaround with a non-conference midweek matchup at Southwestern Oklahoma State today. They're currently playing that game in Weatherford, Oklahoma. On to the NBA. Golden State visits Oklahoma City looking to end their 6-game road losing streak. The Thunder are 17-22 in conference play. Oklahoma City is second in the Western Conference, scoring 118.2 points while scoring 47% from the field. The Warriors are 22-16 in Western Conference play. Golden State ranks second in the Western Conference, shooting 38.3% from the three. And the teams will play for the 3rd time this season. The Warriors won the last matchup 141-114 on February 7th. Klay Thompson scored 42 points to help lead the Warriors to the victory. In NFL news, the Seattle Seahawks agreed to terms with quarterback Geno Smith on a 3-year contract. That happened Monday, keeping the AP Comeback Player of the Year in Seattle. Smith remains the Seahawks' presumptive starter and receives his first big payday in the NFL. NFL Network and The Score reported that the deal could be worth up to $105 million. The agreement came a day before the league's deadline for using the franchise tag. Smith would have been an unrestricted free agent when the new league year begins next week. That's all for sports today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for that, Peyton. And still ahead, what Stitt is challenging Oklahomans to do?
Plus, a cute gender reveal at the zoo for a special rhino you won't want to miss.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Governor Kevin Stitt starts his training for the Oklahoma Run to Remember race to honor the victims and families of the Oklahoma City bombing.
In a tweet, Stitt said his training started strong and challenges other Oklahomans to beat his time. The Run to Remember race returns April 28th to the 30th. And a zoo in Kansas recently welcomed a new addition, an endangered Indian rhino.
The calf's gender was announced last week, with Mom taking part in the gender reveal party. Last month, we introduced you to Marjan, an endangered Indian rhino calf in the first ever natural rhino birth with a mom born from artificial insemination. But as big of a deal as this birth was, the director, Fouts, says Friday was another big day for Mama Monica and Marjan's gender reveal party.
Last month, we introduced you to Mahjong, an endangered Indian rhino calf, in the first ever natural rhino birth with a mom born from artificial insemination. But as big of a deal as the birth was, Tanganyika director Matt Fouts says Friday was yet another big day for Mama Monica, Mahjong's gender reveal party.
Monica's going to do the reveal for us. We've got a box in her enclosure, and so the hope is she's going to come up to the box and start shaking it, and then we'll get the reveal of whether it's a boy or a girl.
After stopping for a quick snack, Monica slowly walks up to the curious box her caretakers put in the middle of her pen. And of course, little Mahjong has to see what's going on. After just a little bit of struggle, Mom pulls out that big piece of blue paper. Probably not supposed to eat the paper. The proud mom looks straight at the small crowd while standing next to Mahjong, almost as if she knows exactly what's going on. But not for long. It's time for seconds. While Mahjong continues to nurse and explore his little indoor home, it won't be long before he learns there's a whole world outside waiting for him. And Fouts says when that happens, you won't want to miss it.
Come out and see him a ton this summer because he is incredibly cute, so get your season pass.
And the park opens for the year on Saturday, March 11th. And oh my goodness, he was just adorable.
That was so cute. I am a sucker for a cute gender reveal.
I mean, I have my money set on a girl.
I know. I do want to say we were taking bets during it if it was going to be a boy or a girl. We were both team boy.
We were.
We were right.
We were right. I feel so good about it.
But thank you so much. That's all the time we have for tonight. I'm Jocelyn Schifferdecker.
I'm Miracle Garrett.
And I'm Lauren Henry. Thank you for joining us.
Have a great night.